This is Suzanne Wagner, and I am doing the numerology for the 22nd of April 2024. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 16, and if you add the 1 and the 6 together, you get the number 7. Now, the number 7 is a planning, strategist, structure number. It is the number of architects and city planners and senators and litigators and people who are strategists in an army. And so when you are trying to figure out a structure or a strategy, it's really important to know all the pieces that are necessary in order to make a good plan, and to set that plan in motion. And because of everything that I see going on in the world right now and all of the clients that I'm talking to, I just remind everybody that, there's always a greater plan in motion. And just because we do not know the circumstances does not mean that the current path we are on is not the right one. However, we have to recognize when we are being manipulated by the complicated internet systems, and I hear it so often these days that people are getting scammed, they're getting ripped off, they're getting manipulated and lied to because of love. And so the number 7 says, okay, use your left brain and use your right brain and be smart, because there are complicated systems out there that are pretty much smarter than a lot of people now. And so we have to be even more vigilant and maybe even a little bit overly cautious and jaded when we're dealing with stuff. So the number 7 today is kind of like calling us to wakefulness, because we may not always know at the time why certain things unfold in certain ways. But I have learned that again and again that there are often much bigger games playing and happening than we seem to be aware of. Life is filled with games of power and manipulation. Just because you're a good person does not give you immunity to being caught up in one of those games. That is why this number asks us today to be smarter and wiser in the complicated games that are currently out there in the world. To do that, we need both our right brain and our left brain working in unison. The world is spinning faster and faster. We cannot afford to be so gullible as we used to be. We must learn to move past our childish innocence and instead awaken to the wide world where money, greed, and power are constantly trying to gain an advantage and will use whatever they can to do just that. It is time for a more mature and wiser strategy that recognizes that there are those out there that will try everything to take some sort of advantage if they can. That is where we have to learn to keep our eyes open and protect our hearts often. Use this number 7 and remember that when you are objective and awake, then you will see through the patterns of deception. Remember to listen to your gut instinct, and that it is often wise to step back and step away to find more solid footing. Thanks, everyone.